Hi, I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers, and I want to show you project number 3 from the Sale-a-bration catalog. Well, I have to tell you that this product is such a sneaky product. It doesn't show well in the catalog, and I think you might even overlook it. So let me show you how to make this product come alive. So this product is called Silver and Gold Specialty Designer Series paper. It's 6x6. There's 24 sheets and they're shiny. So they're shiny in silver and they're shiny in gold. We've got stripes and we've got dots. But to make this paper come alive, we need to add color. And I think that's the thing that I'm so attracted to with handmade cards is the color and the choices and the coordination. So the only thing that we need to do to add fabulous color to these products is ink. And I've put out a few of my blending brushes, and I'm going to show you how to magically transform this silver and gold specialty paper into the most amazing colorful pieces to make these cute projects. And I know that you're going to love this magic as much as I do. Well, let me show you. Well, look at how colorful and delightful these cards are. And look at also the fact that there are no sentiments on these. You certainly could add them, or you could just have your inside message be what you want to say. So either way, these cards will work beautifully for almost any occasion. Well, let's start out by doing our multicolored card here. We'll start out with this one. And of course, for this one, I'm going to be using the silver color, this paper here with the silver dots on it. So that's going to be our resist paper for that. Love the 6x6 size on this because it's so easy to use and so versatile, easy to cut. So let's start with this particular piece of paper. And so I've got this die cut wreath that I took from the Nature's Prints, and I've got my designer series paper here. So let me go ahead and pull in some scrap paper and just put that behind so I can use my blending brushes. And I'm using 3 different colors. I'll be using Melon Mambo, Calypso Coral, and Crushed Curry are the 3 different colors that I'm going to be using. I'm going to start with my darkest color, my Melon Mambo, because I want that to be very striking and dark at the bottom or top of my piece. I'm going to be kind of working upside down a little bit, but that's okay. And so I've got my 3 different blending brushes, and they're ready to go in my colors. So here's my Mambo color, and so I'll start with that one. Just going to scoot these little pieces out of the way, and I'm just going to go with wiping ink on there, and I could tap it off, but I already know that I want it really dark at the bottom here. So I'm just going to keep working this up, and I'm going to work up about 1/3 of the way, maybe halfway up, and I'm going to come in again, and I'm just going to get that really dark on the edge and kind of work my way up a little bit. So you can see how I've gotten lighter, and now it's time for me to change to my Calypso Coral. And I'll change to my next brush for that. And again, I'm going to wipe this, and I'm just going to gently kind of go over top of the area that I've already done. And you can see that's giving me even a different color to blend on up here. And I'm just going to blend up here a ways. Just absolutely love how these colors go together. This paper is so much fun to color, and just think, whatever ink you have, those are the colors that you could have paper in to go with any project. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back now to the Crushed Curry, and I'm actually going to flip my paper around just because I want it darker on this side than I do there. So I'm just going to get my Crushed Curry really dark on the edge here and blend that into my Calypso Coral. So you can see how the colors blend together, and even making a whole myriad of extra colors kind of in between there. But getting it really dark on the edges is what I'm really aiming for, and then having it more blended in the center. Well, look at how gorgeous that is. Was that fast or what? Okay, so there we go with that piece. And now it's a matter of just putting this together. And we'll go ahead and put that onto our piece of Melon Mambo. And of course, that's when the ink and the paper coordinate, that's when the magic begins. So put that on here like that. And then of course we have a strip of our crushed curry, so that's matching our ink that we used there. And that piece is just going to go right on the edge here. I'm going to leave a little bit of a white space, just because that gives me one more design element. And this particular piece, I want to add some dimensionals in the back of this one. I want this particularly to pop up. It's easier for me to pop up this piece than it would be to pop up the wreath, because I want the wreath to really be able to be visible here. And that way I can pop this piece up and give the cards a lot more life. So there we go. And we'll put this piece on. And you could do it either way. You could put the mambo at the top or the bottom. I just wanted the wreath to really be offset as much as I could by the color. So I'm just going to kind of look at where this is going to be glued. So I just need glue more toward the inside of this, and just little tiny dots here and there are all I really need to hold this down. Too much is never a good idea, so just kind of position that, and then I'll grab a glue dot to add a matching bow. This bow is polished pink. It goes really well with the mambo. And so we'll just put that on and decorate our wreath. Well, there we go. Isn't that just fantastic? Super fast, super fun card. Now let's do the same type of technique, but in a completely different color palette. So this time we're going to bring in Coastal Cabana and Granny Apple Green, and those two colors blend really well together. And also a trick when you're blending colors together, you want to stay away from colors that are really different. Like for instance, you want to stay away from adding the three primary colors, which are yellow, blue, and red, because when they overlap, they're going to make kind of an ugly brown. So kind of staying in the cool colors like green and blue together, or staying in the warm colors, that works better for when you're doing your blending. Just to give you some hints on ways to do this. Now for this particular project, instead of doing stripes or a gradation, we're going to actually do zones. So I'm going to start off by doing sort of a zone with my blue. And you know, you can make these zones or areas as large as you like. They could be smaller, they can be large. I'm just going to kind of basically put 3 zones in, just because I can, and because I think it really works well with this foliage. And so you can see, and I'm trying to get them darker in some areas. I really should be wiping this a little more to get a little more of the deep color. I'm trying to do lighter and darker areas as well as blending together. And so now all of the areas that are white, I'm going to go in with my green and just kind of blend that in, almost as the background. And you can see this just begins to take shape in a beautiful way when I blend all these together. And I can go heavier or lighter with my greens, and that's the beauty of this. You can add as much depth of color as you want. You could leave white areas as well, but look at how gorgeous that is with just this simple brushing technique. So now it's time to put it onto our card. And here are 2 other pieces that are also from the designer paper, but I left them without any color because I wanted the contrast to go with them. So I'm going to flip all of these over and put the glue on all of them at the same time. Sometimes that's a dangerous thing to do, but then again, we'll see how it goes. So I'll take the 2 side ones, and I'm going to position them the same distance from the top and the sides. It's about 1/8 of an inch. And put this one over on the other side. Just position those. By doing it this way, I can see just where my centerpiece will fall. I don't have to kind of guess on that. And I think it's going to go really well right here. Now, I really should have tied my ribbon first. So I'm going to quick tie my ribbon before I glue that down. And I can do that by just kind of laying it in place without a problem. But I'm just going to quick glue my ribbon, tie my ribbon here. And I'm just doing a square knot, right over left and left over right. And this is a beautiful gold ribbon that is in our holiday catalog. So just adds that gorgeous accent. And of course that goes with our gold resist paper. So just look at how beautiful that is. There we go, get that in place. Oh, yes, so that's just what I wanted that to look like. I'm going to go ahead and put this onto my card base. And then I'll add my little detail sprigs into my bow, like they're holding that like a little bouquet. So there's our card, and then I've got these, and these are have just been punched out of our bow punch. I have a little bit of gold metallic paper there, foil, and let's see. I think this side is good. What's great, it doesn't really matter which side. And I'm just going to tuck one in at the bow there, and tuck another one in over here. Oh, that's just what I want. And then just a little bit of glue on the base of this one, just to hold it in place. And that's going to tuck in right in the center, right there. Ah, yes. Well, I just think this is such an elegant card. And if you look at the difference, can you imagine you take white paper and this is what you can create with just some ink and some blending brushes? Oh my gosh, the sky is the limit. I hope you don't miss out on getting this fantastic silver and gold specialty designer series paper. Well, have fun.